What happened to the unpopular or bullied girl after high school? A girl in my year was bullied relentlessly for being odd. Unfortunately, she had a very unstable home life and her mother suffered from fairly severe mental health issues. They had a very explosive relationship. One day during class she just couldn't suppress her feelings anymore. So she took a pair of scissors out of her bag and proceeded to cut off all of her hair. Right there at her desk. That was 8 years ago. To this day, she still lives at home with her mother and does some sort of art course at the local college. Things don't always get better for people when high school ends, but I hope she is doing okay. The last I heard she was living on the streets. We've actually tried to track her down a few times over the years but she appears to have disappeared. I truly hope she is doing better now. She was a really sweet girl. Other assholes kids would bully her for her weight not realizing she came from an abusive foster home. She got pregnant and now has 4 kids and 2 divorces at the age of 26. And this ain't a joke. I know this person. She committed suicide after struggling with mental health issues nearly her whole life. Wish that I had had the courage to reach out and talk to her, rather than just ignore her and stay in my own isolated bubble. I don't know if it would have changed anything, but it would have been nice to have known her a little better than just as the girl that was always pretty odd and alone and now gone forever. She ended up being valedictorian as well. She was incredibly smart but nobody really knew that. She loved animals so much. Like furry level, except furries weren't a thing back then. She raises and trains bald eagles now and is a complete, total badass. She married a lovely, caring man. She worked for a number of years as a computer programmer. They traveled the world, bought a house, had a child who is now a wonderful young man. She now is a published author. I am so glad we became friends in junior high. She inspires me. She dropped out and killed one of her bullies. Edit. I was a senior and she was a freshman. This all happened around the last 2 weeks of school. The school didn't openly share the info so I don't really know anymore. I'm fine. Outwardly. Married to a wonderful man with 2 brilliant, beautiful children. Career I can work on in placeholder fashion while the kids are young but great potential for future developments. Internally I'm riddled with self-doubt, anxiety and depression. Always trying to please people. Surprised that people seem to like me and anytime I see people talking in low tones to each other, my knee-jerk reaction is to think they're talking shit about me. I'm 37. Bullying leaves deep scars. I was the bullied girl. They bullied me to suicide attempts. After school I had a great time as a traveling musician. Met my very intelligent and attractive husband. Got married. Purchased a house. Got a dog. Regularly travel and spend time in the great outdoors. And now we're expecting our first child. The 2 worst bullies both have 3+ kids with all different dads. One still lives with her parents. The other tends to cling on to different dudes and suck them dry till they kick her and her kids out. I ran into one of them at a wedding we had mutual connection to. She had clearly abandoned all self-care, smelled bad, and was drinking heavily. I'm not even mad at myself for feeling so smug as I sat there with my husband and said I guess you peaked in high school. I deserve that after what she did to me. She had a couple kids with a guy. Split with him but was still living with her ex's mother. Was having sex with another man when her ex came in and shot him. She has since lost custody of her children to her ex-mill and is trying to get them back. This thread reminds me of that documentary Bully. If you haven't seen it I highly recommend checking it out. Disturbing as duck to see how kids treat each other through bullying. And sad, but every parent and student should watch it. She's my little sister and she has a master's degree from a prestigious European college. Her dream job as a book editor for Random House. Expertly dyed rainbow hair and can do a better cat eye than any professional makeup artist. High school ain't shit. One committed suicide later in her 20s. I think that had more to do with her screwed up family than the bullying. The other is an amazing pharmaceutical scientist. I'm FB friends with her. She's still quirky, odd and not outwardly attractive, but she is happy and living her best life. Never married, though. Has been in a very long serious relationship and not sure why that ended. Continues to be very happy. I became a goddamn engineer and didn't have kids at 19. At the 10-year reunion, she was elegant, is the first thing that comes to mind. Pretty yes. Hot yes. But her elegance stood out for me. That was me. I'm pretty much a recluse and I'm very wary of people. I have 2 close friends and we were all bullied in some way. About a year ago, one of the girls that bullied me invited me to a Mary Kay party. I told her no, but I was socially awkward. Had odd interest. I loved insects, was shy, and had some anxiety from my home life. I've got a great job, a roof over my head, good health and friends who love me. That was me, yay. Having a very sick mom with basically no income and messed up teeth meant I got bullied all of the time. I struggled with suicidal thoughts attempts, went to therapy, and figured out that I needed to get the duck away from that area to sort myself out. I went off very far away to college, graduated with my feet on the ground, found the job I love and am good at, and married the most amazing guy, oddly my crush throughout school from back home. We have a loving, middle-class life and home, and I've managed to get better looking since I got clear braces and stayed in shape. Unlike my peers, all I had to do was leave to realize that their little hate bubble was all they'd ever have. I haven't seen her in years. She was technically popular, but the tides turned and she wasn't liked anymore. Last I saw, she had gained weight but in a healthier way. She recognized me, but I didn't at first. Seems to have calmed down and that's good. I am happy for her. She was bullied due to her crazy hair dye and unusual clothes. She went to beauty school, worked at a local beauty parlor for a couple of years, then opened her own place, then opened a couple more. Then she married a banker and had a couple of kids and a grand house overlooking a lake. Funny how life works sometimes. Being the kid who was unpopular and bullied, I can tell you my personal experience. In high school I was severely bullied about being short, skinny and had some disabilities. So I was beaten up at it. I was bullied both by students and teachers. Teachers told me that I could not get into college. Said I was stupid, etc. Now I am a freelance graphic designer and artist who owns a business, DB Art and Design, making a graphic novel series with a fan base. I also have a high-paying job and 2 college degrees. I also am a fit strong person who does the tough mudder when I'm not working. It may not be the coolest story but I thought you might like it. Edit. Thank you for all the love you guys gave me for this. In order to succeed, you must fight through failure. Drew Bisson. I was the bullied one. Went through university battling depression, but made it in the end. Left the country. Finally found a job after a long search. Got bullied again by my boss, but eventually found a better job through building a good reputation and got promoted. Afterwards still some more struggle at work and an abusive relationship that I successfully left. Now I'm very happy. I have a stable job, a great apartment, an amazing boyfriend, and wonderful friends. Life truly gets better if you stand up again and again. You'll get stronger every time. I was the bullied girl. Long story short, most of my bullies are either single mothers with 3+ kids, in very bad relationships, jail, work jobs where they are clearly not happy, dead, capital I, however, work in a hospital, married and enjoying a simple life. It's pretty amusing seeing my old bullies turn pale as a ghost when they see me in the street or, better yet, at my job. For those that are getting bullied, my biggest advice is to focus on you and what makes you happy. Sometimes your success and personal happiness is the best. Fuck you. Karma is a real bitch and I love it. She got super hot and married the prom king. Just kidding, she has 6 cats and works at the Dollar Tree. She was rich. She was smart. But she was a real bitch. Now she's exorbitantly rich. Still smart and even more of a bitch than she used to be. Mind you, most people from my class and school are reasonably to quite successful in life nowadays and came from upper middle class to low upper class families. Most of them are university educated and the few that did live in poverty back in the day have escaped it. She simply had a head start in life and made sure to remind everyone about it every day. Suffering CPTSD for her childhood torments and dysfunctional family home dynamics. She's currently married, raising 2 small kids, and gainfully employed while trying to stave off a mental breakdown. Therapy and love have kept her toes back from the ledge. Simple. I reassure her everything's gonna be alright cause you don't need to be popular or liked in order to have a good life, especially not in high school. I told her you're likely never gonna see them again, and I've known this girl for quite a while. I knew what it was like to be in her shoes and basically told her you're unpopular for your own good, and that's okay. Keep your crowd small. People don't like those who are different, but the way I see it, different is unique. Just because you're different than everyone else doesn't downgrade you. You're just a rose in a field of daisies. Being different is good, but owning it will make you feel a lot more better. Apostrophe. We're currently running on 8 months in our relationship and I couldn't be happier. There's nothing I won't do to make her smile. I'm her. What's worse is that I was homeschooled after running away from a cult, then marrying and divorcing young. I am now in my early 30s in a loving relationship with a wonderful man, working an awesome job in a Fortune 500 company. No contact with my immediate family or the horrible church people who bullied me. I turned out to be a lesbian. Don't know. We are having a 10-year after high school reunion in 2 months. Everyone tried finding her on social media and over other friends. Nobody knows. Well, there's multiple. One dropped out and had a kid with a 35-year-old. One got a good job and appears to make bank and seems super happy with her life. Really depends on the reason why they were unpopular, I guess.